Ever wondered how the world stumbled into its deadliest conflict? How did we go from the roaring 20s to the brink of annihilation in just a couple of decades? Let's rewind the clock and uncover the dramatic rise of World War II. Picture this: the world is still healing from the wounds of the Great War. The Treaty of Versailles, meant to bring peace, instead sowed seeds of resentment, especially in Germany. The country was crippled by massive reparations and stripped of territory, a humiliation that a young, ambitious politician named Adolf Hitler would expertly exploit. Across the globe, the Great Depression hit like a tidal wave, plunging millions into poverty and desperation. In this climate of fear and uncertainty, extreme ideologies found fertile ground. In Italy, Benito Mussolini's fascism promised a return to Roman glory. In Japan, a powerful military faction dreamed of an empire spanning all of Asia, and in Germany, Hitler and his Nazi party rose to power, promising to restore Germany's strength and racial purity. These weren't just political shifts, they were seismic changes in the world's power dynamics. While democracies like Britain and France watched with growing unease, they were haunted by the memory of World War I and chose a path of appeasement, hoping to avoid another catastrophic war by giving in to Hitler's demands. This policy had disastrous consequences. In 1936, Hitler remilitarized the Rhineland, a direct violation of the treaty. The world did nothing. Then came the annexation of Austria, the Anschluss, in 1938. Still, no military response. Later that year, at the Munich conference, Britain and France handed over a part of Czechoslovakia, the Sudetenland, to Germany. They called it peace for our time. But it was a false peace. Hitler had no intention of stopping. He saw appeasement not as a gesture of goodwill, but as a sign of weakness. Meanwhile, the Empire of Japan was on a brutal campaign of expansion in China. Starting with the invasion of Manchuria in 1931. This was a clear sign that the international system, led by the League of Nations, was powerless to stop aggression. The world was becoming a chessboard for ambitious dictators, and the pieces were moving into place for a global showdown. The Axis powers Germany, Italy, and Japan formed an alliance, a pact of steel and ambition that threatened the world order. The final straw came on September 1, 1939. Under the cover of a false pretext, German forces stormed into Poland. This time, there would be no appeasement. Britain and France, finally realizing the true extent of Hitler's ambitions, declared war on Germany 2 days later. The tensions that had been simmering for years had finally boiled over. The world was plunged into total war, a conflict that would reshape nations, cost millions of lives, and change the course of human history forever, from the ashes of one war to the fire of another. The path to World War II is a sobering lesson in the dangers of unchecked ambition, economic desperation, and the failure of international diplomacy. Understanding these roots is crucial to appreciating the peace we so often take for granted. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through history insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world. See you next time.